Hey bros, how's it going? Fist welcome. Today we're starting with a part 1 of the changes to farming in Legion. We're starting with the recent launch of the pre-patch this Wednesday actually that was, and in this series I will try to cover all the changes for the gold farming. Of course, if I miss something or if I do something wrong or if you think something should be covered or if something I said wrong, let me know down in the comments below and I will make sure to fix it in the part 2. And also, if you feel like this video deserves a like, don't forget to like it and subscribe to stay updated with the part 2. But let's start with the part 1. The first changes I want to say are the bad news. You know, I'm gonna go slowly through the things, and the first thing that I want to cover is like no more Lootarang. If you don't know what is Lootarang, Field Lootarang was an item that when you click it, it loots everything around you. So you don't need to click on the bodies like one by one, or you just search for the bodies, which one I failed to loot. You just click Lootarang and it loots everything for you. However, that is not working anymore. It's a toy that only works in Warlords of Genre zones, and it kinda sucks. So, I'm sad about that. Second thing that I'm sad about is Potion of Luck is no more working. Currently, for those who don't know what's Potion of Luck, that is an item that when you drink it, you get a buff for 20 minutes, and when you kill something in Pandaria zones, you are getting items, you know, like treasures. And when you open up those treasures, there is like random stuff, materials, gold, and everything else. But no more of that stuff. Now, currently, I think it's like 50 silvers to vendor, and it's a great trash. So it's but on the bright side, Potion of Treasure Finding is still working, and Cataclysm farming zones will be still a thing. However, Pandaria will not be as much, but we will still farm Veil, and I will tell you later why. So, let's go with the next thing. The farming classes has been changed quite a lot. So, when we talk about farming class, probably the first thing you came with your on your mind is Druid with his overpowered Starfall. You just pop that stuff, run around, kill everything around you, GG, you know. But that is not how it works anymore, because Starfall has been completely changed. You need Astral Power or something for that to cast. So Druid is like, maybe not on the bottom of the farming classes right now, but it's definitely not on the top, you know, it's like somewhere in the middle. I think right now it's like Monk, Mage, blah blah blah, and you know, the list goes on. But I think on the top currently are Monk and Mage, and after that maybe Druids comes. Why? Because I tested farming Druid, one route around Veil. It took me 5 minutes and 15 or 20 seconds. One route with Monk took me like 4 minutes or 4.5 or something. So that's quite faster when you consider you need to do like 12 of those routes or more per hour. So in one hour you get like 10 to 15 minutes lost if you farm that as Druid. It's still not as bad. I mean, it's still not disaster, but definitely it's worth you know, thinking about changing your farming class. Next thing I want to cover, it's also one bad news. I mean, it's not really that bad. It's not really something big change. But Cataclysm raids, got slightly nerfed. Like slightly, not really even noticing that much. But it's quite noticing for those who are farming that regularly. Because one boss was dropping 125 gold, I think, back in the days before the pre-patch. Now, it drops 68 gold from my personal testing today. So I think it's kind of nerfed, and you will not get as much as 6 to 8k gold per all raids and stuff. Probably you'll get like 4 to 5 maybe, but it's still worth farming it if you don't have any idea where to farm better than that. However, I hated kata raids anyway, so I don't farm those, but for those who farm, I thought it was worth mentioning that. Another thing that I wanted to cover, guys, the keys in Veil got slightly nerfed and slightly buffed. When we talk about buff on the keys, you're getting sky shards in the keys. I made a statistical sample of 200 keys I got left over from the before the pre-patch. I farmed a bit, and I had like 200 keys or something, and I opened them today, and I made statistical analysis. And you know, 200 keys is not really big sample, so I can make accurate data on how much the percentages are and stuff. But so far from 200 keys, this is what I got. I got 4%. Drop on the shard per key, so you get on every key you have 4% chance of getting a shard, sky shard for Alani, and you get Imperial Silk 5.5% down from 10%. It was 10 to 11% before, now it's 50% nerfed, but still the Sky Shard I think is covering, because I think Alani mount is something that I was selling for like 50-60,000 gold constantly, sometimes 25, 30, but mostly I was selling for 50 and not below. So according to the statistical data I've done, you get from 200 keys I've got total of 52,607 gold total, and that is gold per key, 263 gold per key. So I mean 263 gold per key is quite amazing if you ask me, because average you're getting from Veil, you're getting like 30-ish keys per hour. So when you consider this is like how much, 7,000 gold just from the keys, and you get a lot of other things like gold and items. But if you want to know how to farm Veil, of course I have a guide for that, you know. So yeah, check out the guide if you want to farm that. The next thing is Alani or mounts, pretty much, that you are farming or that you can loot from a mob. It's you can everyone in the group is looting that stuff. So you can sell Alani to 4 people now. Invite 4 people, you're 5 in the group, you kill Alani, everyone can loot the mount. So basically you can sell Alani to 4 people, which makes it quite interesting. So even if the price drops for like to like 20,000 or 30,000, I mean, if you drop it, there's no certain, like, there's no static price. You go on auction house, check out Alani, and alright, it's 20k. No, you set the price. If you want to sell it for 50, you sell it for 50. If you want to sell it for 20, you sell it for 20. However, now you can make it 4 times 20 or 4 times 50, which I think it's kind of stupid, because it destroys the uniqueness of the mount, and it destroys the uniqueness of the things. But it's also a buff, because if you farm you know, random mobs that drops things like that, you can sell actually in an auction house. I'll cover some variations of what you can do with this change in some of the next videos. However, you know, you can get like everyone in the group gets that. So if you multi-box some mob and you kill the mob with like 10 chars, you get 10 of those items, post them on auction house and get 10 times more profit. But the combinations are just you know, the sky is the limit pretty much. So that was all of the changes for the farming that I wanted to cover for this video. However, there are lots of profession changes and lots of other things that are you know, connected to farming somehow, that I didn't found to be extremely relevant to this video. That's why I will not cover here. But definitely if I missed something, or if it said something wrong, or if something that it said is not true, let me know down in the comment below and I'll fix it in the next video. However, subscribe as well to stay updated for the next video when part 2 is coming. So if you're farming something and you don't want to waste your time on getting some low amount of gold because some change that you're not aware of, well, subscribe and you'll get notified, because I will cover that most likely. Thank you guys for watching. I've been Umren, your host. Love you much, no homo. Until the next time, Barofist, stay cool guys, listen to your parents, be good boys, and Umren off.